Hey everyone, it's me, Ella, the Business Development Manager here at Sonar Software, and I'm chatting today with Dawn.
Hi, I'm Dawn. I'm the Information Security Manager here at Sonar Software, responsible for all things security.
Well, I know we had a couple things that we wanted to discuss today, but the topic on everyone's mind is AI, and it really is everywhere right now. I'm using it to write my emails. People are using it to analyze their networks. Even some are using it for customer support. It really has kind of just taken over all industries, including the ISPs.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But what it's also doing is quietly collecting data in ways that people don't actually realize.
So if I ask ChatGPT to write my email and I put in some of my notes about a lead or a customer, those are being stored somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So, depending on the tool that you're using, your input might be used to train future models. And if that input contains confidential or customer data, you've just shared something that should have stayed private.
Okay, so that's what we're going to dive into deeper today. How ISPs specifically can use AI smartly, safely, and most importantly, not giving out any of that sensitive information.
Yeah, absolutely right. AI can be a huge advantage, but it needs to be managed with the same care as any other business system.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, Don, let's play a quick game of True or False AI Security Edition.
Okay, hit me with the first one.
AI tools are automatically secure because they use encryption.
Actually, yeah, this one's false. So encryption helps protect data in transit, but it doesn't control what happens to the data once it's inside the model.
And next one, it's fine to paste sensitive customer data into ChatGPT if it helps me get an answer faster.
This one is definitely false. If it's customer data, internal documents, or proprietary code, it does not belong in a public AI tool.
Fair enough. Unfortunate, but fair enough.
Mm.
How about this? Having an AI use policy protects the company legally.
That's true if the policy is actively followed and employees are trained on it. So a written policy alone doesn't mean protection.
Got to put it into action.
Absolutely.
All right. A last one for you. It's okay to upload code snippets if they're not customer related.
Yeah, this one is also still false. So that code represents intellectual property. So sharing it externally could reveal competitive advantages or system logic.
So the rule of thumb is think before you prompt.
Exactly.
I've been reading lately, and I heard that the average company now uses more than 30 AI tools, which is a lot, but most of them aren't formally approved.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest risks that we're seeing these days. So people are experimenting with new tools every day, but what that creates is what we call shadow AI.
So this means that IT and security teams don't even really know where all this data is going.
Yeah, that's right. So, and one leaked network diagram or support log can give attackers a clear view of your environment.
Interesting. So I also heard that companies with formal AI policy reduce risk by nearly 80%.
Yeah, that's because awareness and structure make all the difference. So, when everyone understands what's safe and what's not, you prevent issues before they start.
So, Don, this guide walks you through how to create an AI policy from scratch. But where should a company even start?
So, the first step is defining your purpose. So, decide why your team needs AI and what problems it's solving. And that will set boundaries before tools even come into play.
And once company has defined that purpose, what's next?
So, next is identify what's considered sensitive data, customer records, network configurations, billing data, or even internal pricing models. Then clearly state what can and cannot be shared within AI systems.
And how formal does this policy need to be?
So, yeah, it needs to be very formal. The policy should be written, reviewed by leadership, and shared across the company. And it should also define accountability. So, who manages approvals, who trains employees, and who audits use.
So this isn't something that just falls on IT and it's their job alone.
Exactly. It's everybody's responsibility.
Okay, so let's talk about some real world scenarios. Let's say a field technician pastes a customer configuration into ChatGPT to troubleshoot a problem. Then what?
Yeah, so that's a serious issue. That configuration might include device IDs, IP ranges, or customer addresses, for example. So once it's in ChatGPT, it's stored on an external server.
Oh, is there a right way to handle this?
So you should use an internal sandboxed AI tool that's managed by your organization. That way, the data never leaves your controlled environment.
Yeah, that makes sense. AI should make things easier, but not at the cost of trust or security.
Absolutely.
So, Don, in this guide, you talk about regulatory pressure and how privacy and AI laws are changing for ISPs.
Yeah, so we're seeing growing alignment between AI governance and existing data privacy laws like GDPR or state level privacy acts. The key idea is accountability. So if your AI tools process customer data, you're responsible for that data's safety, even if it's handled by a third party.
So, what's the biggest mistake that companies are making here?
Using unapproved tools or plugins because they're convenient. Those shortcuts often lead to compliance gaps and data exposure.
And if a company wanted to audit their current AI use, where do you start for that?
You should start small. Inventory every AI tool used across the business, even browser extensions or Chrome plugins, and you'd be surprised how many tools quietly touch your data.
AI is evolving fast. How do we stay ahead?
By keeping humans in the loop, tools will get smarter, but judgment, ethics, and context still matter.
And do you think that ISPs are ready for this change that's coming?
So many are just starting to think strategically about AI governance, but those that do it early, setting policies, monitoring usage, building trust, those guys will have a major competitive advantage.
So the goal isn't to avoid AI, but really to use it responsibly.
Exactly. Responsible AI is secure AI. So to wrap up, remember these three things. Never share customer or internal data with public AI tools. Have a clear written policy and make sure it's enforced. And use company approved systems whenever you work with AI.
AI can absolutely make ISPs faster, smarter, and more efficient.
Yes, but only when it's secure, responsible, and transparent.
So they need to download the full guide for a deeper look at AI safety, best practices, and templates to build their own policy.
Yeah, and real world awareness is the best defense. And that leads us to what the future of the AI security really looks like.